You would be shocked how impactful little things like ordering a woman's dinner for her, ordering the drinks for her, pulling the chair out, doing all these chivalrous, gentlemanly gestures, that combined with the charm, combined with not putting her on a pedestal and not simping for her, that will go down extremely well. Especially when she's spent most of her dating life in a city like this. Her entire experience of dating has been guys just buying flowers for her, taking on the most expensive dinners, guys trying to replace personality with money.
I just got out of therapy and I realized I'm the problem. I thought it was everybody else. I didn't think it was me.
I mean, it sounds like you're on the right track. I mean, it do. It sounds like you're on the right track. A lot of people would have heard what their therapist said and they would have still kept lying to themselves. But not you. You went home and you told yourself the truth.
Remember, it's better to tell the truth.
And that's no lie. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
The level of disdain towards women with kids, we are like at an all-time high. And I don't remember experiencing that when I had my son coming up dating.
I'm Gen X, and when I was growing up, dating a single mother wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal, but it wasn't really something that we talked about. Now, I can't speak for all Gen Xers, but I am saying me, the guys I knew and people around me, we didn't have those conversations. Nobody sat us down and told us don't date a single mother. I'm pretty sure some Gen Xers had that conversation, but the conversation back then wasn't nowhere like it is now. Now that's all you hear is men screaming, don't date single mothers. We didn't have podcasts or platforms telling us the whole story, helping us understand what comes with being a stepfather. So a lot of us were blind. We didn't know what we were doing, but this new generation of men, they got that. This is why a lot of these younger men are not doing it. They're staying away from it. I would see a girl walking down the street with a baby stroller. I would go over there and talk to her like the baby wasn't even there. See a girl at the mall with a kid. I didn't care about the kid. I still was going to go talk to her. My second girlfriend had a baby and I jumped right in that relationship. Didn't even think twice about it. I was going to be a stepfather to her kid. Wasn't even a thought. I was just going to do it. I'm only saying that to say, I believe the reason why so many women are walking around now with kids who think it's not a big deal, who just expect you to deal with it, expect you to take it.
Now, give me the paycheck and take these children because I'm tired of dealing with this by myself.
They don't even acknowledge it like it's a problem. It's based on what we did in my generation. But it's different now. And I see so many women coming online talking about how men need to adapt to the way things are. And there is some truth to that. But you women gotta adapt too. Men are different. We are speaking to each other. And the reason why so many women are frustrated is because they were just used to men just going along with stuff. We never talked about what we want and what we need in a relationship. We never talked about what we expect. We didn't ask what you bring to the table. So the women were just running rampant. All they had to do was look good and the men were going to chase after them. And they hate channels like mine where I'm up here talking to men, trying to keep them from making the same mistakes that a lot of us made. But these channels are necessary. When it comes to single mothers, you'll never hear me saying you should never date a single mother. I just don't think a single man with no kids should date a single mother. I don't think that's a smart move. But I do believe being a stepdad could be a good thing. There are a lot of people out there right now who wouldn't be where they are if they didn't have a stepdad. So stepdads are important, but you just need to fully understand what you are going to get when you sign up for that. And growing up, we didn't have that. Again, I can't speak for all men, but I can tell you, me and my friends, we never talked about not dating a woman because she had kids. We just did whatever. We are the ones you need to blame for the women who don't believe having kids is an issue at all. I think that's based on what Gen X did. I'm just saying.
Long story short, he is not happy and wants a divorce.
Stop playing stupid when your man wants a divorce.
So he tells me that he isn't happy and wants a divorce. That's all. He doesn't give me explanations of why or what. I mean,
I don't know why. I'm the victim. It must be another woman.
Bitch, you ain't fooling nobody. I'm a chick too.
We were in process of building a new home. The architecturals, the design, everything was done. We were waiting for probably one more week. We would have had permits and we would have broken ground.
You built your dream house and he wants to fucking leave you.
We had just put a deposit on a bucket list trip to Italy for 2025. We, 2 days prior, sat down with a good friends of ours to put the finishing touches on a trip that we took with them every single year to the races in Sonoma. I mean, we're making grocery lists. He's sitting there watching me making grocery lists, knowing that he wants a divorce.
Imagine if you built this whole ass life together, everything's paid off, you're retired.
What the? I didn't cheat. I didn't lie. I didn't steal.
I can tell you right now what she did. I want this, I want that, bitch. That's what the fuck you did.
I wasn't perfect. I nagged.
You didn't give a fuck about his burdens. You didn't give a fuck about his feelings. You complained, you bitched, you whined, and you drove the man up a fucking tree to the point where he had no fucking way out. Women will divorce you for next to fucking nothing. When a man puts a ring on your finger, he loves you more than anything in the world. It is unconditional. For a man to ask for a divorce, you had to have put that man through some.
You speak Chinese today, by any chance? Probably not. You spoke English yesterday, so you'll speak English today and probably tomorrow.
Sure.
Have you ever eaten the same food more than once? Probably.
Yeah.
It would be too hard to just change that up every day. So there are a lot of things that you do over and over. And if one of the things you do over and over is change the guy you're sleeping with, you're probably going to keep doing that too. If I know that you have been with one guy for a long time, then in the future, you probably will be with one guy for a long time. But if I know that you switch guys often, this is about once every 3.2 days, then in the future, you will probably switch guys
Way
often.
easier for
And again, we don't like that, and we're not arguing about it. We do not want to spend time and money on you if you are just gonna switch guys. It's weird that I have to tell you this. People don't like cheating, and if you switch guys a lot, you're more likely to cheat.
Another example of this, we could take it out of relationships, is in the corporate world. Way back in my corporate days, right, we used to do hiring. Specifically, I used to go to the National Black MBA, which is one of the large, at the time, I don't know if it is anymore, one of the largest career fairs in the country. And I remember taking a look at the resumes, and often me and the hiring managers, the talent acquisition people, would be chatting with each other. And the one thing that we would always say is to take a look out for is quick switches within their history. Outside of the transferable skills, far more likely to give you a look, an opportunity if you see consistency over a long period of time. If you're jumping from job to job, then it is an obvious red flag, because why would an organization want to acquire you? And there's always going to be acquisition costs, whether it be transportation, training costs. Why would an organization want to pay for all of that if you show that you like to hop ship?
Women love to say, trust me. Ignore my behavior. I am wife material. But why would we
Actions,
trust
baby.
you if you are the least trustworthy kind of person? Cheaters don't say, I'm gonna cheat on you. They say, trust me.
Yeah.
Everyone says, trust
Scammers
me.
too.
So how do we know who the cheaters are?
True.
Well, we have to observe your behavior. This is the behavior cube. This is the church club axis. That's where you choose to spend your time. This is the modest, independent axis. That's how you present yourself to the world. And this is the loyalty axis.
Okay.
That's how you've behaved towards men in the past. Number of guys is a big sign. The more you have, the dumber it is to trust you. Not everyone with a high body count will cheat, but more of them will.
Well,
You
yeah.
can see here that marriage gets less stable as
Yeah.
body count goes up.
I have a TikTok going a little viral right now because it ended up triggering a whole group of women. Essentially what I said is that there are women that will leave their marriage simply because she isn't happy. Yet men will tolerate years of disrespect in order to maintain the commitment that he made to that marriage. For those of you that get it, you either one, have experienced this yourself, or you've witnessed very closely somebody that has gone through it. Two, you understand that this is not always the case across the board, but you understand that it does happen, so it can be validating to those that have experienced it. Number three, somewhere in the last 5 videos that you just swiped up on, you saw a video that a man was being blamed for whatever it was in the relationship, that it was his fault. At least one of them is giving a woman's perspective on relationships or dating. And lastly, 4, how many videos do you see out there where a woman is getting a divorce or she's thinking about getting a divorce simply because she's not happy? It's happening, ladies. It's happening.
These modern women, they really have gotten to the point to where they believe that they have just full control and authority to say and do what they want without repercussions. Y'all continue to say and do what you want and get divorced. Y'all are continuing to say and do what you want and find yourself single. Find yourself with bills piled high, can't pay them, and no man in sight to help. Found yourself trying to pull up a heavy couch. Don't even have to be a heavy couch. Furniture in general. Up a flight of stairs and the elevator broke. Oh, I don't have to worry about needing a man. I just use my womanly intuition and my ingenuity, and I'll go in this elevator and in my nice swanky penthouse apartment, and I just do it that way and roll it on in there. You could. Till, like I said, that elevator break. Oh, it's going to be out. We're trying to get the technicians out to fix it. It's going to be about a week. So either you can't get your stuff for a week or you go ahead and fix it. Problem is, you done already got it and they delivering it tomorrow. Oh, guys, can you bring it up the stairs? I'll pay you extra. No, we got another job. Plus, strictly policy, we don't do that. You're supposed to have all that handled. And now you're trying to call daddy. Daddy's sleep. Plus, daddy's old and he can't do that type of stuff no more. Brother's halfway across the world. So now you actually do need the help of men. And your roster, you can't find them. They are nowhere to be found. Half of them then got married and the other half don't answer your calls no more. They got the booty call that they needed and they went on. Hee hee ha ha, all that laughing is done. Modern women are out here moving sloppy and eventually it's going to come back to bite them. Stop doing it. Quit doing it. Quit thinking that you can go out here. There was a clip of one woman talking about, my husband after so many years just left me. He just left me. He paid off this. He went and got this and he left me. I mean, I did do some bad things, but nothing to get divorced. Nothing that he should have divorced me about. Like I said, you're going to find yourself doing things on your own. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna fool around and find yourselves on the wrong side of the fence, yapping about, nagging about. A man told you stop doing it. You kept on doing it.
That's so hard to be a woman in this industry. Like, in what regard? Because so OnlyFans has the stereotype that like, if you're on OnlyFans, you're doing Bonnie Blue type, Yeah. But like, we're very reserved with our content. I'm a virgin. Like, I don't post anything crazy. I don't post anything. I'm very reserved.
So you don't show nudity?
Every now and then I will, but like, I'm not out here.
So before I get into this topic, you guys already know I don't really care for OF. I don't care for women selling their bodies. I literally was on whatever podcast 4 times, and one of the things I said that made me go viral was, if you need any help making money in the content creation space to where you don't have to sell your body, get at me, mama. And that ruffled a little bit of feathers. I didn't shame the girl. I didn't make fun of her. I didn't put her down. She was a very gorgeous girl, 18 years old, selling her buns. I don't see how that's bad to want to guide a young woman into doing better things. I'm 30, going to be 31 on January 5th. I've never sold my body. I've never danced. I've never stripped. I've never sold butthole pics. I've never sold feet pics. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but I don't ever do things like that. I've always worked my whole life and did whatever I could to get to where I'm at. Hence why I went viral for talking about this. To say you're reserved when this is your profile. So apparently this is reserved. This is reserved. So reserved. Yes, we're so reserved. This screams, I'm a virgin. Right. Again, more stuff that screams I'm reserved and to myself. Now, example, since you guys never understand, I always like to give analogies because women like to always act as if I'm dumb and I'm just trying to hate on them. This girl is very beautiful from head to toe, gorgeous, no makeup, beautiful body. I'm pretty sure she's a sweetheart. But if you guys see me on the podcast, wasn't I trying to whoop Kiko's ass? So now if I go around other people and they go, is Taylor like crazy? Will she try to fight me? Can I get mad at women thinking I'm not a stepper when I showed what type of person I can be if I'm upset? Correct? So if you're showing your treats online and you do give nudity every now and then, 10%, you're showing a little nip here and there, how are you going to get mad at the way people perceive you? But this is the stuff you're showing them. Don't put yourself out there if you don't want people to judge you. I don't understand what's wrong with some of this generation of women. It's like they do crazy things and don't want to be judged for it. But everybody judges. We're all human. That's why I said I don't hate her. I don't know nothing about this girl besides the fact that she does OF. I just think it's funny that they're always coming on here complaining about how people treat them, complaining about how people look at them. But this is the stuff you're showing to people. You're showing them a sneak preview of your butthole and then getting mad at them for looking at you like you're a 304. Then conduct yourself better. If you cared so much about your appearance, you would delete all your pictures and try to act like a better person, but that's never going to happen. You guys will suck up all the OF money, and then when you get as much as you can, then you'll go and say, nope, no more OF. Well, you made all the money that you can. Have a good one. God bless.
So I finally watched the Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton interview, and I must say, all y'all on TikTok are stupid. And at this point, I've come to the conclusion that they don't got their fathers because these baddies need some daddies. How can y'all sit here and say that Cam Newton was manipulating this? This couldn't even say a word, and it was his show. So I have a couple things to say pertaining to the interview. And I wrote some notes down, but I don't even think I need my notebook because it's on my brain right now. First and foremost, Natalie Nunn, what the is wrong with you? She is prime example of how just don't know how to shut the up. Like, you weren't doing nothing but being loud and wrong. Talking about money this, money that, money this, money that. All you talked about was money. What else do you have? Do you have substance? Do you have logic? I don't think so, because you didn't use it. You don't even know how to read the room. You over here this is what she did. She was in her car on her way to that interview, and she Googled Cam Newton and was like, let me see what dirt I could get on him, because I know he gonna say something to me, and I need my lick back. You be weird. Natalie, we know you're a hoe. We seen your OnlyFans. You're on all these on OnlyFans. Let's stop acting like your husband and your daughter don't see this. Your daughter's old enough. She got an iPad. The internet is and these kids nowadays are way more advanced than we were as kids. They're nosy as fuck. So what you think you're trying to hide, we already know. Talking about Baddies is a show for women empowerment and to help women build confidence and character. Shut the fuck up. How the fuck building confidence and character and y'all ripping out their hair from the scalp on national television? How the are y'all working on character, confidence, and woman empowerment when y'all do nothing but bring down? Make feel like, boy, I'm gonna tell you this.
Good morning. On today's episode of the dumbest shit that I see on the internet.
You miss me, you dirty. Look at my dirty baby father. He don't take care of his shit.
Now, before I go further with my thoughts, I just want the people of the United States to know. Matter of fact, scratch that. I want the people of the universe to know, because I'm worldwide, that these are the type of that these who get up here talking about that they need princess treatment and they need to do this for them. These are the that they are laying down with and having children with and letting them. Now, when I get up here and try to tell y'all this, I get these in my DMs calling me a pick-me. I'm a pick-me, but that's who you picked as your baby father. Yeah, so when they get up here and talk about some man, the next man that DM me got to drive this, you lay down with a whose mode of transportation is a Razor scooter. Get the out my face. This looks like 42 Doug before the deal. Get the out my face. These are the that y'all with. Then y'all feel so guilty about with them. That's why y'all get so mean, and that's why y'all don't like. That's why y'all make want to do what they don't want to do, because you're embarrassed. You thought you was embarrassing him. No, you should be embarrassed that you and you had a baby by him. Talk about look at my baby father. We see him, and I can put my life on it that this been dirty when you was when he didn't just turn 30, he been dirty. I could tell. And please don't get up here insulting my intelligence, talking about some, oh, I can't want change. I made a mistake. I wouldn't even touch a if I knew that she was like that. And that's what y'all not understanding. You didn't make your baby father take you on no extravagant dates before he you. You didn't make your baby father go out the country with you. You didn't make your baby father have to buy you all these meals. So don't get up here now in 2026 talking about some what you're not accepting from, because what you don't want is the bare minimum, but you accepted the bare minimum. Have a beautiful day, everyone.
The men that get upset at women for wanting a man with money, here's an idea. Find yourself a woman that doesn't care about money. There are plenty of women in this world that think time and attention is more than enough. So go get them.
First of all, we're not going to judge her because we are sinners like she is, and that's not our work, it's God's work. There are things in life that are way more important than only thinking about money. Yes, the Bible talks about the man should provide and protect, but why people think that providing is only money? That is not only about money. Providing is for a man being faithful, providing his faithfulness. Yeah, that's something the money can't buy. And it's way important than money. What other things a man can provide? Peace, clarity, consistency. It's more important to have a man who is consistent with you, who show you that you are a priority for him, who bring you peace. And also you want a man who provides to be with you in the hard times, because everyone is with you in the easy times, but not everyone is with you in the hard. You want a man who provide maturity, wisdom, because some people are smart but they do not have wisdom. You know that. You want a man who bring you closer to God, not far away from God. So pay attention to that one, please. So there are more things in life that money can't buy. Pick the right one.
The millennial generation of women is the first generation that can be financially independent without the need of a man. So women don't need men financially, therefore they want them for different reasons.
When you're talking about women not being able to get credit cards, women couldn't incur debt. They weren't allowed to incur debt.
Yeah.
So who incurs the most amount of debt in modernity? Men or
Well,
women?
women in the United States, correct.
Yeah. So the thing is like, that doesn't seem like that's financial independence. It seems like that's financial slavery to me.
Well, they owe
and
things
not
to
only
the
that,
banks.
most of the time that they end up with houses, they own more houses than men. They usually get them in divorces, not because they bought them straight out. Women could get bank accounts, actually. It's just if they were married, they didn't, and it went through the husband because the husband was responsible for all the debt. The women could not incur debt. They could still spend the money, but they couldn't incur the debt.
Yeah, but they also couldn't take out a loan or have a
They
credit
could take out
card.
loans. They just couldn't take out loans. If they
Right.
were married, their husband took out the loan because
Correct.
they couldn't incur the debt.
So
That was a good thing.
So there wasn't financial independence is what I'm trying to say.
Why would
Go
you
ahead.
need financial independence if you're married?
Because when people
That's counterintuitive.
I still think that people are individuals regardless of whether they are in a partnership with somebody else or not.
You don't simp for women because there's too many women that are just foul right now, right? Where have all the good women gone? We ask ourselves. Well, they're few and far between, and particularly in the cities. When you simp to these women, and these young women are really hardened and they're entitled, and there's an ugliness from the inside out. Do you not see it? When you simp to them, they get the idea that they can do no wrong. They get the idea that no matter what they do, you will be there to take it all, to absorb all that, whatever they have. They want to be nasty to you. They want to treat you like garbage, whatever it may be. And most importantly, guys, they get the idea that the power dynamic is in their court. They hold power and you do not.
I just think, Taylor commenting on the whole, I think Sophie Rain thing. I think her name is Sophie Rain. Sophia, something like that. I couldn't imagine. I think she said she does it she goes nude or something like that every so often. I wouldn't imagine making that much money. You wouldn't ever be nude, right? Now, some of these ladies, some of these women, they'd be like, oh, I haven't touched a man, this, and this. And then they be in the shot with, oh, that was just for show, yada, yada, yada. Maybe there are some ladies that are like, well, I only do it for show. Strictly for show. I don't have no man in my bed. You never see me shooting anything with a man. It's just me. That's all I sell. A lot of modern women try to dumb down what they're doing. And honestly and truly, from what I saw on that little Instagram page from what Taylor was looking at, first of all, it looked like she had a picture in there where she looked like she was like 15. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see it now. Disappeared for a few years and post a story. And maybe that's something from way back when, I guess. But no, I guess looking at it now, she said, it's nothing too crazy. It's modest. I guess technically compared to what they be doing on OF, this is sad to say, it would be modest. It would be modest. She looks like one of those IG girls that you see going on around line. I guess that's what this looks like. And that's the crazy part about it. That's the crazy part about it. Man, we in bad shape, man. We in bad shape, man.
If your first reaction to hearing men are trash is not all men, not me, you are missing the forest for the trees.
Really? Do explain.
Now, either literally millions of women are lying about their experiences with men for no reason, or it's time to accept that there might be a problem with men.
Well, indeed. There is a problem out there with some men. That is the key word that a lot of individuals like to leave out of this particular conversation, is the word some, because it's so much easier just to generalize everyone than to actually focus on those individuals that are really the problem.
And I know that accepting that there is a problem with men and means that if you do care about the state of the world, and if you do care about protecting the women that you say you want to protect, that it might mean you actually have to do something or say something.
And a lot of men, believe it or not, actually do something or say something, but yet they're still just seen as guilty as every other man because it's all men, right?
Just not being part of the problem doesn't make you part of the solution. So ask yourself, who are you protecting? The brotherhood? What brotherhood are we talking about? Because based on what I'm seeing from all these masculine influencers, they're ready to and eat you at the slightest bit of provocation.
It's almost as if that was an excellent example of the behaviors of some men. Again, they keep leaving out that word.
Men are out here claiming that they want to be protectors of women, but they will not protect women from themselves.
I would almost be willing to bet that someone that I could mention probably considers themselves to be an ardent male feminist. Yet, ironically, I'm not seeing how that's the case because they're not acting in the way in which a true feminist would be. Because feminism, after all, is about equality and equal treatment and fairness. Yet they're tolerating the unfair treatment of an entire population of people, men, based on the actions of some of those members of that group. Not very feminist-minded, is it?
One of the smallest things that I have noticed that irritates me to regarding men.
And what are we complaining about today about men, just for the sake of complaining?
Is the way that men will call each other brother at any given chance, but you will never hear them calling a woman sister.
Some women are just nitpicking now.
And I believe that this is so frustrating.
Only for those that are jealous.
The brotherhood of being a man is so alive and well. This idea of protecting each other, caring for each other, finding friendship in each other, even with strangers. They just have to mildly smile at each other and they'll be like, hey brother, how you doing?
So, what's wrong with that?
I have never heard a man say anything that welcoming to a woman.
Of course. For some, it always comes back to, how can I feel slighted today?
Women are seen as inherent objects. Thus, such terms would not go hand in hand, for obvious reasons.
Some will really go to almost any length to try to victimize themselves in some way, just so they can avoid being responsible for the words that come out of their mouth.
There will always be an in crowd for them to be a part of that women will never be able to be a part of. And I'm not saying it is all down to the term brother, but it is a very small indication of that.
That sounded like it was coming from a place of jealousy. So instead of trying to tear down men for the closeness that many of them have with each other, why doesn't a person try to promote the closeness of women so that a person can feel like they're part of a community that someone obviously so wants to be a part of?
Whenever women come online and complain about the level of attractiveness of the men that they themselves are attracting, I automatically assume it's rage bait. Because there's no way you lack that much self-awareness to think that you are so grand and above and beyond these petty little men that try and speak to you on a daily basis. Most men shoot where they think they're going to score. Let's start there. So if a man is a 5, he's probably going to shoot for other 5s, 6s, 4s, maybe a 7 if he's feeling lucky. Most 5s are not going to shoot for 10s unless they feel like shooting for the moon one day. But on a day-to-day, most men are shooting where they think they're going to score. And yes, he looked at you and said, yeah, that girl's probably on my level. She might say yes to me. And if that offends you, feel free to look in the mirror and change some things. And we have to remember that we are not the ones that set our place in the dating market. We have this idea that we are all 10s out of 10s because I said I'm a 10, so I'm a 10. And that's not up to you. It's actually up to the men. And feel free to ask one to see where you rank, because those ones that are coming online and just asking random men, they are getting comments filled with things that are going to make them very insecure in the future. And I don't wish that on my worst enemy. So ask a trusted male friend, would you?
I don't know, last time I checked, men don't give a about men's mental health.
It kind of makes you wonder who they checked with.
Also, I don't know why we're dogpiling a woman for not giving a that men are hijacking another month to call it their mental health month.
How can they be hijacking a month that is actually Men's Mental Health Month? It's almost like it's in writing out there somewhere.
Can we please, go outside and interact with real human beings for once? Be for real.
I have a question. So does that mean those that celebrate the fact that it's National PTSD Awareness Month, are they also hijacking another month? Or does that not make any sense either?
The only time I've seen men make think pieces about mental health is when it's in response to women talking about their mental health and their struggles. I don't give a
Let me be brutally honest. I highly doubt that there's a long line of individuals that are going to put a lot of weight in some individuals' actual opinions about that matter.
Have whatever month you have. I don't give a work on it yourself, baby. We've been working on it ourselves all these years. You can do the same thing. You don't need to hold our hands.
How interesting. But despite the negative statements that some individuals make, gentlemen, I would like to remind you that there are quite a lot of men, as well as some good women out there, that really do care about your mental health.
When a man says I'm not ready, women hear uncertainty, but what he's really talking about is risk. Men don't think about readiness emotionally, we think about it structurally. When he says I'm not ready, it usually means one of three things. Men feel pressured to show up as providers, protectors, and problem solvers. If his life feels unstable mentally, financially, and directionally, commitment feels like a promise he's afraid he can't keep. So not ready isn't about love. It's about fear of failing. Men commit where they feel safe to mess up. If every disagreement feels like a threat to the relationship, he hesitates. Not ready often means I don't know if I could be human here. This is the hard one. Sometimes not ready means he's still observing. Men don't rush decisions they know will change their life. We watch consistency, not intensity. If a man knows he doesn't want you long term, he usually doesn't say I'm not ready. He slowly creates distance. So when a man is still present, not ready means I'm still deciding. And here's the truth most women deserve to hear. You don't convince a man to be ready. Readiness comes from alignment, not pressure. The right man won't need a deadline to choose you. He'll feel it. If you're forcing readiness, it's already wrong. Peace and love. Like and follow.
So I'm going to do part 5 and then I'm done. I could go on, but I'm going to be done after part 5. So let's get it started. Grown women asking for an Instagram instead of giving out their number. City Girls and Sexy Red ruined dating for young black men. Because we're ugly and women told us to stop talking to them. Okay. Y'all just not chasing women. Attitudes. Big one. Attitudes. Too many attitudes. They do not want to chase a bill. Women do not want men approaching them anyway. Approaching a woman is approaching problems. Tired of being rejected. The women do the approaching now, so men don't really have to. Not tall enough. Y'all said y'all don't need a man. Too expensive unless you make $500K. Not looking for love anymore, only help. Dating has become openly monetized. And that is the main comment.
This woman has something to say about Hispanic men and black men.
And with that being said, I have never heard or seen a Hispanic man say, I date outside of my race because Hispanic women talk too much and they're spicy and they have attitudes. And guess what? Hispanic women do. Hispanic women act very, 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 very similar to black women. And guess what their men do? They get their ass up at 3, 4 in the morning. They hop out the van and they go work. And guess what? They do not complain about it. What's wrong with y'all?
You know what? This young lady has a point. I don't really hear too many Hispanic men complain about that either. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I just don't hear about it. So like I said, she has a good point. But I do have a couple points as well. Number 1, show me a bunch of Hispanic women online talking bad about their men. Calling them broke, calling them losers because they don't make 6 figures. Show me those women.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Number two, even though you say these women have the same attitude as black women, but their men will still get up and go out and work and take care of the family. But I notice you seem to leave out a very important point. Those women take care of their home. They cook, they clean, they take care of the kids. And if there's any extended family living there, they'll take care of them too. They don't look at housework like slavery. They look at it as taking care of their family. Now, like you said, they might have an attitude when they're doing it, but guess what? They're doing it. And number three, you don't hear a bunch of Hispanic women coming online talking about how independent they are, how much they don't need men and how men are useless, and then turn around and expect these same men to want to come and provide and take care of them. And before y'all start with the he don't love his mother crap, I am a black man who only wants to be with a black woman. So you can miss me with that. And of course, I am not talking about all black women, and I'm not talking about all Hispanic women. Now, I shouldn't have to say that, but I've been online long enough to know I do. So like I said earlier, you're making a good point, but so am I. Checkmate. Shoot!
And I think CJ did make a good point. I think that's where the argument hinges, is that you will see these same crazy women taking care of the household. And that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of and not that I'm condoning it, but I think a lot of modern women, they could get away with a lot of stuff if they would just take care of their man. Just take care of them. Cook and clean for him. Well, I really don't cook. Well, learn how to cook his favorite dish. That's the least that you can do. And if you're making money and you want to eat out all the time, or you want to eat out most of the time, or I don't really cook and I don't want to eat out all the time, it gets pretty expensive. They have those home meal prep kits or whatever. You can get some of those, right? Or you can go to the store. Now, a lot of stores, what they do is they have these already pre-made things. I mean, if you say my man eats a lot, Sam's Club, Costco, once again, you can get a whole salad. You can get a fruit platter, fruit and cheese, meat and cheese, sandwich platter. And man, you get a sandwich platter, you give him a bag of chips, like 2 or 3 bags, I don't know, water and a Coke if that's what he likes, and then 2 or 3 of those I mean, honestly, truly, you can give him half the platter if you want to. He'd probably have that thing for lunch. If they're out in the sun and stuff like that, they need something to snack on. You can send that whole thing to them because you got the money to. But if you don't have the money to, then you're going to have to rework it and do something different. But at some point in time, you're going to have to take care of your man.
Yo, I don't remember friends with benefits being this one-sided.
I can't help but to laugh when a man brings up friends with benefits. Because what's the benefit for me? Are you paying bills? Are you going to pay my car note? Are you going to pay my rent? No? Oh, okay. So what's the benefit? Because you're going to finish. I'm not. When you're checking up on me, you're not actually genuinely checking up on me.
False.
You're checking to see where I'm at because you want me to come over and sit on it.
Ooh.
You're not taking me out on dates, and you don't really give a f to know how my day is. So what's my benefit? I know you're benefiting, but what's my benefit? No, I'm good. Unless you're getting your bills paid, you are being used.
So it's okay to benefit when it comes to friends with benefits when you're getting your bills paid. So it's all right to be a when you getting something in return as far as money goes, car note, bills, maybe something. Yo, as long as you getting money, you can give the cat up. That's what you're saying. Your cat got a price. That's what we're saying here, because I don't understand it any other way than that. When it comes to this one-sided, like she's like, oh, because you're going to finish, I'm not. You're assuming, that means that you getting his. If homie's not making sure, you finish, then you with the wrong dudes. You know what I'm saying? As far as checking up on you, like, I consider myself generally a nice person. Of course I'll check up on you. Yo, and not for nothing, some friends with benefits are literally fire. Like, they're like dope friends. They just don't be making it to that next level. But in terms of chilling, vibing, yo, it's like a dope homegirl. Y'all just happen to smash every other time y'all do chill, if not every time. But what she's saying is, you have to benefit in some way. I mean, yo, if you need to know about, anything that has to do with guys, I'm your guy. I got you, right? So I could point you in the right direction. Because if I know, this ain't going to go past friends with benefits, eventually you got to be happy, right? So let me steer you in that direction. Dates and definitely could go out and chill and have a good time, get something to eat. If you cool as shit, it don't got to just be some bedroom. So, I don't know like how exactly she's speaking on it, but she's only looking at it from the terms of straight up. Like, it don't benefit me. Unless you paying me somewhat, you ain't getting. When in all aspects, if I'm like, I'm taking you on this date, I'm paying for this expensive dinner you better put out afterwards. What's the difference then? You know what I'm saying? So as far as dudes, she says we benefit just from getting a nut. Like, yo, there's some dudes discipline that, yo, we don't really care about like that. It's not that serious. So big eyes, big lips, small brain, bimbo behavior.
Men, beware of your wife's single friends. Men, listen up. Your wife's single friends, they will sabotage your marriage if you let it. They sneak in, they whisper, and they poison. Before you know it, your marriage is breaking down. And you think I'm exaggerating and I'm doing this for likes? No. Here are some facts. Studies show that divorce spreads like a virus through social networks. If a friend gets divorced, your odds of divorcing jump up to 75%. Let me repeat. Your odds of divorcing jump 75% if her bestie gets divorced. Drill this into your brain. Single women are keeping women single. Peer influence is real. She will prioritize her bestie's feelings over yours, especially if her crew is full of divorcees. They're not healing. They're recruiting. Girl, you deserve better. Girl, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that to you. Oh my goodness, he is so controlling. Sound familiar? Friends, divorces make divorce seem normal and less stigmatized. Divorcees get together, pulling each other down. They don't care about your kids, your mortgage, or your future. They want her single, swiping, and miserable with them. Protect your marriage, my dudes. Vet those friends ASAP. If her friends is single and salty, red flags. Cut them off or watch your wife join the divorce club. Divorce is contagious, so protect what is yours.
Mr. Hudson, you claim the defendant led you to believe you were her son, Ja'Cory's biological father, then dropped a bomb and admitted she slept with someone else. You're in court to prove you are not her son's father. Ms. Bridges, you admit to sleeping with another man, but claim that you have no doubt Mr. Hudson is your child's biological father.
We had an argument, and that's when she came and she was telling me how I might not be the father and she had done these things. But I paid no attention to them because I am the father. I'm supposed to be the father. I'm here.
You cheated with Mr. Davis, am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even though you cheated, Ms. Bridges, you say, I did it. I did it.
Yes.
You still say Mr. Hudson is this child's biological father.
He's 100% the child's
father. Why do you know that for certain?
Because I just know he's the father of my child.
Mr. Davis, thank you for joining us today. Do you believe you're Ja'Cory's biological father?
Yes, I do.
And so, Ms. Bridges, you did tell him he potentially could be Ja'Cory's father, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you testified earlier that you said you know for sure.
I know for sure it's Mr. Hudson's child.
If this child is yours, you're going to step up for this baby?
Yes, ma'am, most certainly.
Mr. Hudson, are you going to step up if this child ends up being yours?
Yes, ma'am.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Hudson versus Bridges, Mr. Hudson, you are not his father. In the case of Hudson versus Bridges, Mr. Davis, you are not his father.
Oh, no. Neither one of them.
This courtroom is in shock. This is not what anyone expected today. Miss Bridges, as it stands right now, you don't know who your child's father is.
Oh, no.
Every day, women come on this app and tell you they hate their husband. I don't care if this has been ingrained in you since birth. I can't imagine how good of a marriage you have. You have so much resentment that your man can't even have a nap. You both have a kid, not just you. God forbid a relaxes. I bet when you're taking your nap, he don't sit there like, let me record a TikTok and tell everybody how much I hate you, how much I can't stand when you take a second to yourself to relax in my presence. Embarrassing. This is why marriages don't last, because everybody thinks that this is the content you should be sharing. This is despicable, and I can't imagine posting some like this and having my man see it. This is disgusting mindset. God forbid a relaxes. I can't stand women that act like this, and it's almost all of them. She probably has everybody in the comments like, yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, this is how I always feel. God forbid.
Women don't lose good men. Men lose good women.
The fact that there are still women out there trying to convince themselves of that really amuses me.
Let me say that one more.
Why? Why say that again? Because it most certainly won't make it true.
A woman doesn't leave a good man.
Well, that's not right. There are numerous women who leave good men every single day. But do carry on.
Men leave or get left by good women because they could not maintain the emotional capacity that relationship required.
They're completely overlooking the fact that a lot of women don't have the emotional intelligence or maturity to actually be in a relationship. But I digress.
Why do you think men just go run to something easier, something that doesn't require them to actually feel, grow, and turn into the man that they actually want to be?
Why is it always the man's fault? It's like some women can't accept any kind of personal accountability.
A man's lack of emotional capacity to love you has nothing to do with you. It has his lack of ability to grow into the highest version of himself.
The same could be said for women, actually, but a lot of women don't like to talk about that.
So don't let him bring you down. You keep moving. You keep just getting better. You keep blowing up. And believe me, you just keep dating because there's so many men who love you.
There's going to be a multitude of very disappointed women out there when they realize that those good men out there simply would rather be happily single and not put up with their emotional immaturity.
Some of you may think this is unrealistic, but I think it's just normal. I genuinely believe that every single woman deserves to receive $10,000 a month from her husband, from her boyfriend, whoever you're with, just for him to show his appreciation for you. And I think that is a standard that all men should be held to. And as a man, if you cannot hold yourself to that standard, then you should not be dating at all, honestly. That means you're just not financially ready to provide.
She expects, she's so amazing, that you are going to pay $10,000 a month, like as a retainer. I love how these women like, really? It's like, again, I'm just asking. $10,000 a month in allowance just because she exists.
But you said women deserve less, so therefore, I deserve less.
Yeah, I don't think men should be simping on women. They got to earn that.
But you clearly haven't earned it yourself. I'll explain this in crayon eating terms.
Sure, yeah.
Why should not men not be simps?
I think you mean why should men not be simps?
Yeah, why shouldn't they?
When you're a simp, women don't respect you.
If it's the other way around, women should not be simps for men.
Well, no, actually, women should simp for their man because men typically know how to deal with attention and validation from women better than women do. Women don't really know how to appreciate male attention because you guys get so much of it. Because since we don't get the abundance of attention that you guys do, we're able to better appreciate that attention when we do get it.
So men should not be simps for women, not even including their wives?
Well, even with your wife, you don't want to be a simp. Obviously, you don't want to be a pushover. I'm saying treat her well, obviously, but you don't want to be a simp either. Being a simp is basically showing an unreciprocated amount of attention and validation to a female that's not doing the same. So we have a few more minutes. Let's go to the next person.
You know what? Sure. Of course. It's been a pleasure talking
Sure.
with you. Kenny.
No problem.
He, she, they, pronouns.
Sure.
You know, I think it's like Lady J was saying when she was responding to that lady. Modern women really cannot see outside of themselves. They think everything is about them. Everything is about them. Everything. I mean, half of the time, these men are not even thinking about you. These men have moved into a different part and a different phase, a different era of their life. These guys, a lot of these guys just, hey man, I think I'll try meal prep. I've been seeing that online. I think I want to try that. You know, a lot of these guys are doing different things now. They're going a different direction with their life. Hey man, I want to get into skincare. I want to start taking care of myself a little bit more. Hey man, I want to start dressing a little bit better. That's what the guys are doing. Guys are finding hobbies, man. Hobbies that don't include you being in their ear, nagging all day. Don't include a bunch of nonsense. And y'all don't seem to get that.